The Mount Moon Review podcast, while a podcast about Pokemon, is not intended for children. You can expect some instances of adult humor, coarse language, and adult situations. Parental discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 54 of the Mount Moon Review podcast, the only podcast that bans cloister jokes. I am your host, the Raz with my co-host, the Blue Duck Gold Duck, bringing you all the information you need to know about the world of Pokemon happening, sometime in the last week or so. So yeah, well, you got a new job, new work schedule. It's kind of chaotic. We understand, Duck. We understand. I understand. Maybe the listeners don't, but I understand.
Well, I'm sure they'll let us know.
Yeah, so voice your displeasure with Duck in the comments below. So how is the new job going for you, Ducky?
It's tough. There's a lot of stuff to learn. I got to learn a programming language, that works with dispatching trucks and stuff. I basically run relay for a trucking company, and it's very well paying, the highest paying job I've ever had, but it's also one of the most stressful jobs I've ever had. There's always something I'm juggling like three things at once the whole day, and it's 12-hour days. So it's rough, but I'll get there. I just need to adjust and learn the ropes.
You know, this week coming up, I started my new gig back in, I guess it was the second November. I started this new job down here, and I'm taking my first day off this week. So,
wow.
Yeah, I'm just getting so burnt out dealing with this COVID nonsense that I need to take a day or something and just sit at home and probably do exactly what I do every weekend anyway and just watch anime, but that's besides the point.
So what, are you just taking off to make your weekend longer, or?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I work Monday through Thursday typically, but I'm going to take Thursday off and just have a 4-day weekend instead of a 3-day weekend. So,
nice.
But the people, while they are interested in what we have to say, they're more interested in the world of Pokemon. So, what have you got for us first, Ducky?
All right, so let's just start off with a video game. There's not much, but do you remember a couple of weeks ago when there was an item that we were receiving that was supposed to be given out in the Isle of Armor, and it was crashing the raids, and we assumed it was like Armorite ore, but in the Crown Tundra.
Yeah, we assumed it was a Crown Tundra item. I think someone looked at the coding for it and saw it was a Crown Tundra item. At least that's what they reported as seeing it.
Right.
So what have we found out?
It was in the code. It was item number 1034, whatever. You know what I mean? It was that number, and that number falls in way after the last number for the item they added in Isle of Armor, which meant it was meant to be dished out after the Isle of Armor. Well, then the data miners started do what they do, and they start using the item, like in the code. They start using the item on all the different Pokemon to see what it does, and it actually changes their ability to the hidden ability, which is awesome. That's something I said I wanted way back before Sword and Shield came out.
So we're getting ability capsule.
Basically, yeah. Well, we have ability capsule, but it only switches between the two standard abilities if a Pokemon has two. If it has the hidden ability, it doesn't do anything, and if it only has one standard ability, it doesn't switch it to the hidden ability. So the fact that we can now catch a Pokemon in the wild and turn it into the hidden ability Pokemon saves so much time.
Yeah, it means I don't have to breed thousands and thousands of eggs to get the exact stupid thing that I need. Where is that little thing at anyway? But yeah, no, that is going to be a huge time saver for people that are doing competitive play. Like, extremely so. You would not believe how much time they're going to save on that.
There's nothing like getting that, seeing your stats, like, oh, yeah, look at that. That's 6 IVs right there, or 5 IVs. That's the 5 IVs I need. And then you look down at the bottom of the list, and the Pokemon doesn't have the right ability.
Yeah, I mean, so I have a switch up. For those of you who don't know what it is, look them up. But so it's taken the work out of doing the egg hatching, but the abilities, that's the pain in the butt. That is the real pain in the butt. And of course, the one you want is always the hidden ability one. It's never the regular one.
Sometimes.
Not when it comes to me, apparently. So
you're talking like Torkoal's hidden ability, or Torkoal's standard ability is Drought, so that's really good. So not.
Nevertheless, but this is going to be an awesome thing to have. Now the question of the day is going to be, how hard is it going to be to get?
Probably a hefty amount of BP. That's my guess. It's not going to be something you use on every single Pokemon, but in this situation where it's like, okay, it's worth it. Like for example, Dratini is pretty rare in Sun and Moon, and when I was trying to get my hidden ability Dragonite in Sun and Moon, I spent over 2 hours fishing and then doing that SOS encounter thing until I finally got a Dratini to pop up that had its hidden ability. So that would save me 2 hours. Or I was just breeding Score Bunnies in Sun and Moon, getting ready for the Isle of Armor, and I got a shiny Score Bunny, but it didn't have Livero, the hidden ability. So now my shiny Score Bunny with pretty good stats can be hidden ability, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna. See, I always feel things are kind of sketchy when I go into ranked play, and the team I'm playing against, every damn Pokemon is shiny, and it's perfect, and I'm like, it's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm saying it's sketchy.
It's not as sketchy now, though. Like, it was sketchy in X and Y when somebody had 6 shinies. Like the world champion, there was this whole thing where he basically admitted to cheating because somebody's like, how do you have time to breed and get your team of shinies? This was the world champion of like 2018, and he's like, oh, I didn't breed them. I had my friends make them for me. And because of that, everybody's this causes another discussion again. Like, hey, is it allowed or not? Because these Pokemon passed the hack check. Does that make them legal? Technically, it doesn't, because he basically admitted to them being genned into the game.
Well, did he say they made them for him, or did he say he made them?
I don't remember the exact language, but that's basically what everybody said. He's like, I don't have time to breed Pokemon. I got kids. I got a full-time job. So I wanted to use shinies, so I got shinies. And then there was the whole fiasco the year before that with Wolf Glick had a impossible Pokemon on his team. It was like a Raichu and a Cherish Ball with the hidden ability, and the only it was a female Raichu too, which meant like the only Pikachu and a Cherish Ball that had been distributed and legal was a male, so it could not pass the Pokeball down back then. So it was an impossible Pokemon to create.
I didn't know Wolfie was involved in one of those before. That's interesting to hear.
Yeah, and then that whole fiasco happened behind that, but I don't know. It's like, what do you do?
I mean, we've had endless discussions about the rampant cheating that goes on in the VGC, and I don't think it's ever going to. Excuse me. I don't think it's ever going to go away, and I think we're just kind of have to. It's Pokemon. Just let it be. Do they know what's happening and don't care? That's the big question.
They pretty much don't ask, don't tell. Basically, is the stance they're taking. If it passes the hack checks, which means it's possible, like its stats are possible to be in the game, then you can use it in the tournament.
So what happened with Wolfie's though when he had one that was impossible?
The stats were possible. It passed the check. It wasn't checking for what Pokeball the Pokemon was in.
Gotcha.
It was just that Pokeball could not have been passed down.
Understood.
Like you can breed that Pokeball onto that specific Pokemon. So the viewers who are watching it are like, hey, that's impossible. And then...
Yeah. Gotcha. Understood. I understand now.
Yeah. Oh, if you used a Pokemon with illegal stats, now that would be a... Get out of here, Wolf. You're done. Sorry.
Wouldn't that be a thing?
Yeah, that should never happen in a tournament. But I don't really care if people are genning their Pokemon in or their parents or whatever. It doesn't bother me. I choose to be legit because those are the rules, and as a professor in the Pokemon community, I should follow the rules. So I breed all my own Pokemon. I try not to get Pokemon from anybody else. If I do, it's just the base to breed. Like, hey, let me have a Pokemon of that hidden ability that I need, and let me breed that down. I don't care how many stats it has.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the only Pokemon I have in game are my breeders. I have got a couple boxes of the Dittos, got a couple boxes of Ralts I need with Synchronize, and other than that, I got some Perfects that are just kind of tossed in a box, and all my Gigantamax, I believe, are still in there, but everything else has been moved over to Pokemon Home, just in case. I
basically set mine up the same way.
Yeah. So what you got next?
Next, let's move on to TCG, because believe it or not, there's a hefty amount of TCG news.
I've been seeing a lot of butthurt people online.
Oh, well, I'm not sure what they're butthurt about, but maybe it's on here.
Well, apparently it's something I might be butthurt about, because apparently Mill is dead.
Yep, that's on here.
So go ahead. What you got?
So first of all, a couple weeks ago, we talked about that art contest where people could submit their artwork of certain Pokemon, and they would be, rewarded, and their card would be made into a promo. And so the winners were chosen. First place was a Charizard art.
No kidding. Isn't it always Charizard art?
I don't think it's always Charizard. Usually, I don't think Charizard's always in the options. To be like, they gave them a list of 6 Pokemon and said make artwork of these Pokemon, and then some people pick Charizard, some people pick Pikachu. But yeah, the Charizard art is pretty good, and they said it was their comments that the judges made about it was like about the shading and the scale they did. So like the picture is really close to the back of Charizard, and Charizard's like in a stadium getting ready to battle, and the lighting is done perfectly, in their words, and the scale of like the clouds and the crowd of people in the background is done really well. So that was the
So we're gonna have a new Charizard art coming out. Essentially, is what you're.
Yep, it's going to be made into a promo, and the winner got the equivalent of $2,800 for their art.
That's it.
I feel like that's what I'm saying.
Kind of got ripped off.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Second and third place got $930, and the second place was a Wishy-Washy, and the third place was a Genesect. But
Okay.
that's all they get. They don't get a promo.
They get nothing. You get signed autograph from Ishihara. Go away.
Well, I hope that's worth something.
Well, you got it, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the 2020 holiday set, we knew we were getting one, and we knew some of the products that were coming out. It now has its name. It's going to be Champions Path. And there's going to be a lot of gym leader themed products, and these are the gyms from Sword and Shield. So there's going to be pin packs that come with the badges as pins.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I always like it when they do that. I really like those like nice, neat cases they made for all the gym badges a while back.
They did that, and like when I was running my weekly league, I had a vest I wore that had had a ton of pockets on there, so I could keep like extra sleeves and code cards and stuff like that, and promos to give out. But I also had all the Gen 1 badges on there, which is kind of neat.
I remember that vest. I was gonna say, I think I have those pins associated with you for some reason, but that was why.
That's why.
But yeah, I'm a sucker for enamel pins, so.
Well, yeah, you collect them, don't you?
Yes, I prefer for the collection. It looks better if it's all the Pokemon, but I mean, I'll get any pin. So.
Yeah, we had a league cup that we ran for Extra Life, and you showed up and you're like, here's a Mimikyu pin. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I'll put it on my shirt. Make sure I get it back. Yeah, okay, Duck.
Yeah, I brought a bunch of pins for all the judges, so we could be like worlds where the casters and judges all have their Pokemon pinned to them.
Yeah, but let me ask this, and this is for everybody. Last time you went to an event that was not a regionals, and there was more than one judge, how many of them actually all were in uniform? Huh? Answer me that. It doesn't happen. We're professionals.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All three of us.
So the Elite Trainer box in the Champions Path set is going to come with 10 packs, just like all they usually do when it's that in between holiday set. But the promo that comes with it, they also always come with a promo, is the full art Charizard V that Japan is getting in that tournament where they were only printing 600. So they immediately threw that one out the window.
Well, there'll be 600 Japanese cards.
Yeah. So, I mean, but that drives the price way down because a lot of people only want that card for their binder and they don't care what version it is.
Maybe.
So, we'll see how much it costs. We'll wait for all that to settle down and see. But I don't think it's going to reach what it would have if this card wasn't available.
I'll be honest. I'll kind of giggle if I find out someone spent like big, like stupid money on one of those cards, and now they're gonna plummet.
Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad if they do.
I don't.
The Elite Trainer box for this one is also going to cost $50, just like they always do for the holiday set. There's still a premium. There's still a premium collection and a super premium collection coming out. Right, and I believe there was more information on that, but it's still unclear what's in there. And also the Charizard VMAX promo. There's a Charizard VMAX is on the Elite Trainer box, but there's no Charizard VMAX card revealed. So we can assume that the Rainbow Rare version of Charizard VMAX that was also part of that tournament is, going to be printed in this set in some way, shape, or form. Probably as a secret rare or something.
It stands to reason, and people love those cards. I mean, they're never going to stay as like small time exclusives because Pokemon looks at it and sees dollar signs.
I know, but they should keep it as an exclusive. I don't know. As somebody who wanted every single Charizard art, I love when they're more accessible because I didn't care how much the Charizard card was worth. I just wanted the Charizard card. So whether it was a $200 card, and then I sold them all for an amazing
like stupid money.
Yeah. So now let's get into why Mill is dead.
Boom.
There's a card in Standard called...
Well, I think we should put out... It's that time of the year, folks, because we do this once a quarter. Pokemon updates the ban list. And the update just came out. Now, typically, the bans... This is something that's... It's not unheard of, but typically the bans happen in Expanded. Very rarely do you see a Standard card go on the ban list. This is the exception to the rule, though.
I believe... I could be wrong. I'm not super confident in this, but I believe the last Standard card banned was Lysander's Trump card. I don't think they banned anything in
I think
X and Y block and Sun and Moon block.
There was... I think there was a card in Sun and Moon that was banned before it even got street.
Oh, you're right. The Blaine's quiz.
Blaine's quiz show. Yeah, that was banned before it even hit the streets. Because
the first tournament where that set was going to be legal was Worlds, and there was a language barrier that wouldn't let that card work.
Yeah, it was. It was just a stupid card.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
It was just a dumb freaking card.
So, it's Bellaba and Bryson Men tag team supporter card, and what it does is it's both players discard the top 3 cards from the top of the deck, and then they both discard their bench down to 3 until they have until they only have 3 Pokemon on their bench.
They discard until they only have 3 cards.
Yeah,
so there you go.
So apparently, I think this is preemptive too. I don't even think this is something that was happening in tournaments. It's something Pokemon realized and is now updating.
Mm-hmm.
They said, while we want people to play control decks and mill decks, that those decks have a place in the Pokemon tournaments, this card makes those decks too powerful.
Yeah.
So
that's the rationale behind it. I've never played it, so I don't know, but
right. And usually we have a combo, like an exact combo of what people are doing, but we don't have that right now. No. I don't know what the combo is.
And typically it's not just one card that does it. It is if you use these two cards in conjunction, it's OP as hell. That's where the problem comes in. And Pokemon does not ban cards like willy-nilly. There is legitimate concerns behind any bans that they do. And this isn't even, this is just straight up, this card is OP in their opinion. So for some reason they got through playtesting just fine, but now that it's out in the wild, they're saying, okay, this is going to give people aneurysms, so we're going to go ahead and preemptively ban it.
It's going to remove the player's ability to play the game because something's happening within the first couple turns, in like turn 1 or 2, where you can consistently lock your opponent out of the game. That's what's happening. I'm not sure what it is or how it's happening, but
you're seeing the donk.
Right, the donk is happening too much with Bella and Bryson then. And then now we have something even more weird than that. Miss Magius. Oh, and another thing about Bryson Man, the supporter, it's only banned in standard, not expanded.
Not expanded, just standard.
They're probably going to ban it in expanded when the quarter, like there's no expanded tournament, so they don't care. I guess they're not worried about that. It'll probably be banned as soon as the quarter, the appropriate time, so that it doesn't fall into an expanded tournament.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, every time the ban list comes out, it's not like they email all the professors either. They legit just update the website and they don't say anything to anybody.
Yeah,
they just and it's not even like it's like on the website either. There's a PDF that has like the rules and the guidelines and everything else on there, and the ban list is buried in there. And they don't even tell anybody. They legit just update the damn thing, and then eventually someone's going to notice, and they're going to go on Verbank or Reddit or something of that nature and go, hey, guys, they updated the ban list.
Usually I see it because somebody's ranting about it. This time I did not see it because of that. I actually found it through my own searches and then was like, oh, holy cow, this is actually kind of huge. So then I went and started to find the things that were making people upset. So that's exactly what I thought you were talking about when you said you've seen people ranting.
No, that is typical. I have seen people ranting. Don't misinterpret that. But I'm saying that's typically how we find out about shit. They don't. They have all of our email addresses. They have all of our contacts. You'd think they just pop it through, but God, nope.
That'd be too easy.
Figure it out on your own, suckers.
You mean the person who emails us would have to send more than one email?
Yeah.
Per quarter? I don't think so.
The only emails they ever send me are, hey, make sure you buy your pre-order stuff.
Yep.
Which, incidentally, look for the next physical pre-order to be a little bit screwy. Because it looks like they're getting away from using their normal distributors to get the pre-order packets out. Looks like pre-order packets are coming directly from TCPI now. So that might throw a monkey wrench into some people. So don't get too mad at your league if they don't have the pre-order kits exactly the way that you're used to having them.
That did happen with Darkness Ablaze, so I don't know if they're going to continue to do that or this is an exception because of the COVID circumstances we're in.
I don't know. It seemed the way it was worded, it seemed like that's the way they were going to do it going forward. It could be wrong, but also it could be better. It could be worse. We don't know. Might be some growing pains. We'll find out.
Maybe the judges will have their promos there at the start of every single tournament, and not have to wait like a week after the prices drop to sell their cards.
Yeah,
just saying. It's happened to me. Literally half the price that it was selling for the first week, selling for half the next week.
At least you got them.
Yeah, that's fair. So the other card they're banning is
I'm not salty. Nah, I'm not salty.
The other card they're banning is Miss Magius from Unbroken Bonds, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
What kind of reporter are you?
Unbroken Bonds. And it was already banned and expanded like a long time ago. Because of the whole with Duststone, you can evolve it on turn 1 and then discard it or knock it out, give your opponent a prize card, and then you draw cards until you have 7 cards in your hand. Well, it's not that hard to get all 4 of your your little Shuppets out there and then evolve them. Not Shuppet. Your Mischievous.
There you go.
All 4 of your Mischievous out there and then evolve do that 4 times, leaving your opponent with 2 prize cards left. but you're also seeing how many cards on the first turn of the game. And then you have reset stamp. So you can put your opponent down to 2 on turn 1 before they even play a card. And apparently this combo is way more broken with Crobat V, which is being added with the Darkness Ablaze set. And they just decided it was too powerful, and that makes Mismagius the first Pokemon banned since Sneasel from Neo Genesis, like 20 years ago. Neo Genesis was the first set for the Gold and Silver arc of cards.
Okay. I did not even realize that, but now, as soon as you said it out loud, I've started thinking, it's like, it's always supporter cards. I've never...
I mean, they banned Pokemon, and like they banned Unknown Hand, and then the other Unknown that was causing a problem after Unknown Hand went out. So they banned cards and expanded. That's all free range. There's dumb combos in there, but this is the first time Pokemon's been banned in a long time.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah. They also another really weird. This is just weird. This whole banning situation is completely weird because they also announced that they're going to be working on new artwork for both the Bellaba and Bryson Man tag team.
I gotta say, I love it when you can't pronounce them.
Oh,
it warms my cockles, man.
Because I'm always like, well, I don't know. I can't even think of one you say wrong right now, but I always correct you.
Warms the cockles. Maybe it's even down in the subcockle area. I mean, but there's some warmth.
But yeah, they're making new artwork, which means we're going to get new promos, or they're going to put these cards on the set, even though they're banned. It's weird.
It just had to have already been in the pipeline, and at that point,
that is possible. And then they said, "Hey, you want to see a funny story? Want to hear something funny? Here's the artwork for those 2 cards we just banned."
Oh, but you can't use them.
I was thinking maybe it had something to do with how people would love to collect as many Lysander's Trump cards as they could as like a meme card. There's people that would buy 100 of them on TCG Player. And then the price would go up, and then people would think that the card was going to be legal again.
Yeah.
And then, and then it was like, oh, some guy's just doing a meme, and he wants to have a binder full of Lysander's Trump cards,
But we actually, you and I, know people that have tried to manipulate the market on the TCG Player and other sites by buying up cards in bulk over a specific time period and then dumping them immediately.
It's something that happens quite a bit. Whenever you see that a card is worth like $50, but the market price is like $20, that's because people bought the card out, and the vendors are like, "Oh, if they're buying the cards out, we're gonna increase the prices on them because we know they'll pay it." And then it creates this chain effect where you're just not going to be able to get that card unless you borrow it from somebody for the tournament you need. If you're somebody who doesn't dump a lot of money on the card game, like I was.
Oh, I'm missing the card game like hard. Like
I'm kind of missing it too.
Yeah, but your new work schedule, you're never gonna be able to play again.
Probably not. I mean, I get 3-day weekends, so I'll probably be able to go to tournaments, but we'll see. I'm gonna let the tag teams leave before I play again. That's decided. I don't know how soon after that I'll play, or if I'll play at all. But that's the current plan. I'm not interested in playing with the huge basics anymore.
Gotcha. Next will be Triple Max.
If you knock this one out, you win the whole game.
Yeah, this is the so we've had what was it? Megas, then we went into what was the next one? What was after Megas?
There was EX, and then the EX is Megas. Then they had
GX. And then we went to tag teams, and then we went to VMAX.
V's and then VMAX, and
So next, we're just going to say it Pokemon Kaiju Edition and be done with it.
Basic Pokemon, 1,000 HP. You need 8 energy attached to this one for it to attack.
Tyranitar invades Tokyo.
Yeah.
Here comes Butterfree.
Dustox would probably, or Mothram.
And now for the first Pokemon crossover, here's the Megazord.
Well, remember when there was that rumor we covered back in the day where they said that there was a promotion going on with the Godzilla movie, and they G-Max Tyranitar, G-Max Charizard, G-Max Hydreigon. It was all these the rumor was that it was all the G-Maxes were going to be based on Godzilla villains.
Just give me a break.
I know. We reported it.
And if we did, I hope we said it was stupid. But go on.
We probably did. There was a thing where somebody that worked on the Godzilla movie came on stage and Pokemon, and before he went off the stage, he was like, "Oh, and don't forget to go watch the Godzilla movie." And then the person that came out on stage after him was like, "Well, that was kind of rude to promote your movie in a Pokemon thing." So everybody's like, "Oh, it's a secret collaboration," but it wasn't.
No, it was just rude.
I don't know what I said. I probably didn't believe it, but I hope I didn't believe it.
I honestly don't remember this, but I believe it.
It sounds real dumb right now.
I honestly don't remember that whatsoever.
It's probably one of our first couple episodes, because I believe it might be on our first episode. Because I think we reported on the actual Charizard VMAX being, the Charizard Gigantamax being revealed on the second episode. But I might be wrong.
Why do you know that?
What?
Why do you know that?
I remember. Because we were on vacation. We were both on vacation at the same time. And I remember thinking, like, oh, I need to text Raz this. But I was like, is he earlier than me or behind me? Or and then I just sent it. You were earlier than me. So
yeah, because you were in Colorado?
I was in Colorado, and you were... I don't know. I don't remember where you were.
I think I was in the Carolinas.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like Outer Banks.
No, I was in Delaware.
Ah.
I was in Delaware. I went to Bethany Beach. That's what it was.
But because there was an irregularity, it's up here.
Okay.
And to wrap things up, America's November set will be called Vivid Voltage.
That sounds stupid.
It does sound stupid. But the set it's reflecting in Japan is called like the High Power Volt Tackle or something. So it's a little better than that, but it's Vivid Voltage is hard to say.
So do you think we're going to have a TCG season this year?
You mean like 2021, 2020?
Yeah, this is the 2021 season right now.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to have a 2021 season?
I don't know.
I mean,
probably not.
You guys are still completely shut down over there on the East Coast, right?
Yep.
I mean, is anything really? I mean, I saw there's like a bunch of controversy whether your bars are open but only for food or.
I don't go to the bar, so I don't care about it.
I know that, but you have your fingers more on the pulse of that part of the country than I do.
Yeah, I mean, Walmart every other week they say you have to wear your mask, and the next week they say you don't, then they make you wear your mask again. I go to home, I go to work, I go shopping at Walmart sometimes. That's that's how I've been living since COVID started, and I'm still living that way because I'm not. I'm not. I don't know if I should be comfortable with going out there or not.
I say no.
I do hang out with friends, though. Like that's something I started doing. I started having my weekly game nights again, but that went out the window with the new job too. So
there goes that.
Yep. And I can no longer say, I don't think I can do my league anymore. So I put feelers out, said, "Hey, somebody's got to step up before this opens. I would take your test now."
Hey, Verge, looking at you, buddy.
He can't either. That was my top candidate.
Aww.
But the store owner at my store said he's going to at least become an organizer. But he's not. He doesn't play Pokemon, so he's not comfortable judging Pokemon games.
Yeah, I mean, oddly enough, it's easier to find a judge than it is an organizer. Because there's actually a lot more work to being an organizer.
Yeah.
But did you just a little tidbit? You and I both took our tests for organizer to renew them. last month. We're gonna do. I think I'm gonna do judge this month. I just can't decide if I'm gonna do judge for TCG or VGC. Regardless, the looks like the dates were people that have judge certifications were pushed back because a lot of my stuff was already in 2021. So it looks like they did give people an allowance.
I don't think they want anybody to lose anything, any like your league certifications, whether for not reporting. Obviously, there's nothing to report.
Yeah.
Any of that. I was just reading an email I received. They said nobody's going to lose eligibility for anything during these trying times. So
these trying times.
Yeah.
That's one of those phrases I'm so tired of hearing. During these trying times. Shut up.
Fair.
Anyway, do you have anything else for us, Ducky?
That's it.
Well, it was a short one, but it was one. So the Mount Moon Review podcast isn't going anywhere, at least not yet. We'll see if Duck doesn't lose all of his hair and go gray young because of his new job, and we'll go from there. We still do have the Social Liability podcast on the Mount Moon Crew sites. We did take a small hiatus from the Untitled Anime show, again, because of Duck, but we're getting back.
Hold on, that one's not me.
Sure it was. I'm going to blame you. You're an easy target.
Okay, fine. I'm pretty sure it's an unpresent party, though.
Let's blame her. Dude, I've been binging stuff lately, so if you want to catch up on something, there's plenty of content out there to be had.
I don't have a lot of time to watch stuff.
I know.
So.
You can do it at work.
No.
Oh, jeez. Well, if you're interested in any kind of anime right now, make sure you're looking at my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/the_raspberries01, and you'll definitely find everything that I've been watching, because every time I start a new series, I'm putting it on there, as well as any Pokemon news, inappropriate memes, stuff of that nature. And Duck, you can be found on Twitter and Facebook and Twitch. Everything is at Blue Duck Gold Duck. That's Blue Duck Gold Duck without the E. Do you have anything else for us, Ducky?
That's it.
Then get us out of here.
All right, guys. Until next time, just remember, if it's too good to be blue, it's probably gold.
Have a week.
Just because your card is magic, you think you're safe because you killed my life orb. Baby, do you dare to not flinch? 'Cause I'm coming at you like a dark pulse. I know you're gonna throw. You're gonna throw a star. But I got that lucky chance. There's no critical hits.